Welcome to Revelation Unraveled. I'm your host, William Tapley, also known as the third eagle of the apocalypse and the co-prophet of the end times. By now, I am sure most of you are familiar with this phenomenon known as the knockout game, where one or more hateful people attack an innocent bystander. And the aim of this game is to knock out and very seriously injure or kill the person with one blow. And the videos are all over YouTube. And if you study these, I think you will realize that they are more than just random attacks. They are, in fact, prophetic warnings to America. And I believe they come from the hand of Almighty God Himself. People are not listening to the warnings that God has been giving us about all the fish, animal, and bird die-offs, about all the blood in the waters, about the wars and the rumors of war, about the earthquakes. Now God is allowing Satan to actually kill people in a final attempt to wake us up. Now I want to show you this one clip, and then I'm going to analyze it and show you how there are 4 characteristics to this attack which fulfill Bible prophecy. Okay, so now you have seen the clip. Let's analyze this attack, and I want to show you the 4 characteristics which indicate that this is prophetic, and these 4 characteristics are found in Bible prophecy about the destruction of the United States, which is known as the Whore of Babylon. First of all, these attacks are very violent. With violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down. And we find that in Revelation 18, verse 21, which is a description of the Whore of Babylon being burned with fire by the scarlet beast. Second of all, these attacks are very unexpected. Alas, alas, that great Babylon, for in 1 hour is your judgment come. And the next characteristic of all these attacks, as far as I can see, all these so-called knockout games, is that there is a lot of hatred and rage and anger. They seem to be racially motivated. The attackers are almost always young black youth. The victims are almost always white women or elderly whites. And this also is found in Bible prophecy. And I saw him come close to the ram. Now this is the struggle between the ram and the goat in Daniel 8. And he was moved with rage against him. Notice that word, rage. And struck the ram and broke his 2 horns. Now the 2 horns on the ram symbolize Britain and America. But it's interesting that this attack by the goat comes with anger, just as we see in these knockout attacks. And the final characteristic is that these attacks are cruel and without mercy. They are cruel and will not show mercy. If you analyze this knockout clip that we just looked at, not only does the one individual come out of the pack and attack in this case, a 50-year-old school teacher, but none of the others show any interest in going back and helping the victim. All 6 of these individuals are cruel and they show no mercy. Again, another characteristic of the attack upon the United States by the King of the North, and that would be Vladimir Putin, and Russia will destroy Britain and America. Of course, as Daniel says, all 3 horns will be broken because America will counterattack. And this is just what the Antichrist wants. He cannot rule the world until America, and as far as that goes, until the Catholic Church, are taken out of the way. And that leads me up to this next clip, which shows another prophecy of the destruction of America. Maybe you remember when that American flag fell at the Olympics. That was when Serena Williams won the gold medal, and she was wearing one black sneaker and one white sneaker. That symbolized the fall of America and the fall of Barack Obama. Well, now let's take a look at this clip of the opening game of the Buffalo Bills this season in the NFL, and they rolled out a gigantic American flag across the field. However, the flag was torn in half. Let's take a look at this clip. So the question now is, will America listen to these warnings from Almighty God? Personally, I believe we will have to come under the reign of the Antichrist before Americans will wake up. But one thing for certain, you will not be able to say to God, "Why didn't you warn us?" Because very clearly, He is giving America multiple warnings about the disasters which are about to come upon this nation. And let me mention again, if you would like to help out my ministry, you can go to ThirdEagleMedia.com, you can click on the PayPal button, and while you are there, don't forget to download the chapters from Daniel, which are on that website, and which will unseal his prophecies, because they are very important, not only for America, but also for the nation of Israel in these end times.